What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to start some smaller projects I have in mind. I haven't moved my car yet, so I'm going to go ahead and set that up sooner or later and get ready to change these couple parts. The parts I'm going to be changing today are some new radiator hoses from G+. They're not exactly Mishimoto's. Hopefully it'll work. I was like, I don't see the point in paying like $100 for radiator hoses that when there's like $40 ones that look to be this same quality. So excuse me for doing eBay parts on this one, but they're just radiator hoses, so hopefully they don't explode or anything like that. And this, a new fuel loop. I really need to be upgraded on my 3SA, on my 3000 GT, so I'm gonna do it, and hopefully it all goes on smoothly. I'll go ahead and lubricate the little O-rings and stuff like that before I install it. And if I have some time, I'll pull some carpet panels and try to re-dye them because my red carpet is looking more like it's orange. So it needs to be redone. It's either that or I'm going to go ahead and replace the entire carpet and get new seats and stuff like that. I like Zero too. I mean, I'm kind of a weeb a little bit. So yeah, if you want to see the other weebism, here you go. So, yeah, I like anime, and I don't really care what you think. I enjoy it, and I'm going to continue to watch it. So, anyway, we're going to go on to the video of trying to replace this. I'm trying to put you on a, what do you call it? Yeah, time lapse. There you go. And maybe I might even throw another detail part in, because I always like to want to clean my car. I know a lot of people, when they're car enthusiasts, do not like to clean a car, but I kind of find it fun, so I do it a lot, and I always like to have my car as clean as I possibly can. Why? I don't know. I just do. Either way, so we're gonna set you up on the video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and moving on. Also, I forgot to mention this. I'm also going to be moving to 2 or 3 new platforms, Bitchute and Odysee. Part of the reason why is because I'm kind of sick and tired of YouTube just banning people for no reason or illegitimate reasons. And, well, if I had my opinion, I would completely move away from YouTube, but at the same time, it's like, well, I have a car channel that's not really into politics, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if I get banned for wearing this hat. So that's that. And I'll have these 2 new channels, Odysee and Bitchute, under the same exact name to make it easier to find. So all you have to do is just go there, type in my YouTube channel name, and bam, there it is. So I hope to see you guys on Bitchute and Odysee, and well, moving on. So first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to drain the radiator so I can be able to remove the radiator hoses with not a lot of drop, with not a lot of spillage going on. I got a couple of buckets over here and I'm going to put the fluid in. Hopefully these will work. I got a couple low, I got another lower one. Yes, the kind of condition is kind of horrible, but I don't plan on reusing this fluid anyway. I got 2 new gallons to go in the radiator, so let's go ahead and remove the radiator hoses. We'll first drain the radiator and then we'll remove the hoses. Alright guys, you see that little petcock right there? That's what we're going to be using to drain the radiator. Shouldn't be hot. I just moved the car, so I didn't really leave it on long enough to actually get the engine heated up. So we're going to go ahead and remove that and drain the radiator. And this radiator fluid's honestly kind of new because it was just changed like last year. I'll let it drain some out with the plug still in it. We'll let that drain for a bit. leave it like that. It'll probably take a little bit, but I'd rather not get antifreeze everywhere, so I'll be back later. Okay, so the radiator's largely drained. Let's go ahead and remove the radiator hose. Starting with the top hose, we'll go ahead and remove that. Well, this radiator hose is really stuck on the thing. Okay, clamp off. Now let's see. Move those, get out of the way. Got one radiator hose off. This looks like this would be the one. Okay, and tighten this radiator clamp down. Make sure it's all the way on there. Try to get it before that bead, or prior to it, after. So we get a good seal. And so the radiator hose cannot find its way off. Make sure it's got all the way around the radiator hose. Now onto the radiator. Put the clamp on. Attach it to the radiator itself. Okay, that concludes the top radiator hose. Let's move to the rear one, to the under one. little bit more. Probably gonna get some spill here. I see water starting to come out of the hose. The glasses keep falling down. I can't see. Not too bad. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to remove the intake pipe so I can access the radiator from the top radiator hose. So let's go ahead and get on that. Start by removing disconnecting the mouth. I'm gonna go get a wrench so I can disconnect these. Actually, no, never mind. I don't have to do that. It just might be a little bit more tighter than I would like it to. So instead, I'm just gonna directly disconnect the hose. Looks like I'm going to be able to get it from here. Just might be a little bit more of a pain. I think I'm going to go ahead and remove this intake pipe anyway. That's the lower radiator hose. So we're going to go ahead and attach down through here. Put on the hose clamp. I'm just reusing the old hose clamps because they're still pretty good, so I'm going to just go ahead and reuse them. Tighten up this hose clamp. Not gonna move. Alright, now we're gonna reattach the lower hose to the radiator. I'm gonna put the clamp on here and then slide this over the fitting. It's a tight fit, which is kind of cool. Okay. So this works pretty good, honestly, for some eBay parts. It's pretty good quality stuff. I guess we'll see later, sooner or later, whether or not it explodes, right? Okay. It looks like we're good on that. Okay, so radiator hoses are on. Let's go ahead and bolt this thing. Got that together. Put the intake manifold, cold air intake back in. Fill it up with radiator fluid, and I'm going to wait till after I swap the fuel loop to run it and try to bleed the system. I'll just try to get as much fluid in there as I can for now until I go ahead and fully bleed the system. Okay, I think I finally got it figured out. That it's the first time I've used one of these, so I'm kind of learning those and go too. Like, I'm not a mechanic, I'm a detailer. A lot of this I'm doing for the first time myself. So excuse me for not getting it right the first time sometimes. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up and let it drain and do what it has to do. And I'm pretty sure I got it figured out how it's supposed to go. The rubber grommet is supposed to go under the cap. The top of the thing where the funnel plugs into goes through the cap from under it to create a seal in the thermostat housing. For this particular car's thermostat housing. And then once you screw it on, it gives you some kind of pressure seal so you can bleed the system while the engine is running without blowing the cap off. So now we'll go ahead and fill up the These cars are notoriously hard to bleed too, because the thermostat housing is over here, when normally it would be on the radiator, which will allow it for easier for it to bleed. So it might actually take a good while before this radiator is actually totally bled. free to lube, so should be no reason why not to use it. It's been sitting around in my house for a long time because I haven't had a reason to use it because the car runs fine. So I'm going to finally get to use it. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and start removing the PCV valve piping for the, so I can get fuel loop ready to get off. And expose my fuel loop. There we go. By the way, I have very, very limited power tools. Most of the stuff I do is all hand done with just these little hand tools. I mean, and to be honest, I get most of them from Harbor Freight. So, it looks like the fuel loop is ready to come out. We'll gently remove it. Let's see. What's up, man? So, what's up, YouTube? And so what happened is that when I just replaced that fuel loop, it started leaking. Which, go figure, it's fuel. Finally got to the seat. Took a little while to finally get it to stop leaking. Kind of dangerous stuff when you're dealing with fuel on a hot engine that's leaking right in the valley. So I had to sit there and wait for a long time to let the inside the valley and up under the engine dry so it wouldn't catch anything on fire. And I had my fire extinguisher out there just in case it went sideways. And then I found out that while I was up under the radiator, the drain plug, the little petcock for it, the gasket had ripped in half and it was just seeping out fluid out of that drain plug. So lo and behold, I had to drain the entire radiator again to replace. You had to go to the Florence parts store, get the little gasket and more freaking radiator fluid because I'm gonna have to drain it, and I'm pouring it into a pan that's not really clean. So new fluid's got to go in. And then it took me a while to finally get the right O-ring that would fit and not leak. So that's that. I'm gonna let it cool down. Then I'm gonna put a drain line. I did my system bleed on the radiator. It doesn't appear to be any more coming out, and the radiator temperatures seem to be stable. Once it gets warmed up, it does want to continue to go up. So we should be good on that. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll take it out there and let you hear it run. But then the install for the radiator hoses and the fuel loop is practically done, and everything seems to be not leaking or anything like that. So we should be good to go, and I can drop it off the jack stands. And I have one more project that I'd like to do, but I don't know if I really want to get involved today. So what I might do is like a test section of it where I have take some panels off where the transmission tunnel would be, spray those with the red dye and see if I like the results. And obviously I have to comb it a couple of times to make sure that I have a nice carpet right there. And then if I like that, I like the color, see how it works, then I'll decide whether or not to go ahead and pull all the seats out and redo the entire carpet from orange to red. But at least these two test panels are relatively easy to get to, and they're in just as bad a shape, if not worse, than the rest of the carpet. So we're going to go ahead and let you go, and I'll come back in a couple hours, and then we'll let the engine cool, and we'll go ahead and let you guys see the engine running, and that there's no leaks and stuff like that. Have a good one. So the test drive went fine, and the car's good, no way it leaks. Went ahead and threw a fire hydrant in there, or a fire extinguisher, just in case some crazy stuff happens. Still, I feel pretty confident that I'm not going to run into a problem. So, fire extinguisher in a car that you just dealt with fuel is probably a good idea. So, and I have some updates to the channel. I'm starting Bitchute and Odysee under the same name, so very good. And I have one more update. I ordered my 12.5-to-1 pistons. They'll probably be 4 to 6 weeks. It's because they're not a part that they keep on hand, so they have to make them. It's a special order item. It's probably one of 2 cars that will actually have a 12.5-to-1 bottom end. And I might also have a guy where he says he will do it. But I just need to get a lower intake manifold, and we need to cut off the runners to form a flange. Then we take the flange and we're going to scan it into a 3D printing program, and then we're going to actually make a ITB manifold for a 3000 GT. It'll be the first one ever created, period, through the 30-year lifespan of this car. So, of the platform in general, so I'm actually excited to hurry up and get that done, but I'm going to have to wait until I order the new manifold, and then we're going to start on that. at least to get the flange, we make everything. It might be more difficult than I think it is, but it looks like we can just cut the runners off, design the program, fit each one to the engine, bolt it down, figure out what we need to make it one solid unit, and then weld like little struts and stuff like that to make it work, and figure out where we're going to plumb our map sensor from. I kind of want to go from the inside, and we'll have like a little vacuum manifold. Actually, since I have a little vacuum manifold, that would work out great, and run the 6 vacuum lines to the map sensor, so we could run this ITB manifold. And I'll probably have to upgrade my ECU to a Haltech or an AEM. I think I'm going to go with Haltech. Haltech seems to be more popular here. It's a newer type of ECU. But yeah, they can run with plug-and-play systems like a boom slang or something like that, which is an adapter harness that goes from the stock ECU to the new Haltech. So it won't, because see, I'm not exactly completely well versed in wiring up my own ECU. I've never done it before, so if I can not do it, I'm going to do it. So that's that, and hope you guys enjoyed the content today. If you can, please leave a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And I'm trying to bring back the 3000 GT as a popular platform, so the farther we spread the channel and stuff like that, the faster we'll grow, and maybe possibly get to 3000 GT as more of a modern performance platform, because it's simply kind of phased out after like 2005. It became so unpopular, and there's only a handful of manufacturers that still make parts for the platform, especially. And so if you can, leave that like and subscribe. Please ring the bell so you get updates when I upload, and I will see you guys later, and have a nice day.